Hi and welcome to the part 2 of the video constipation fix. In the first part, we understood the importance of eating your food, which is chewing your food slowly and eating your food mindfully, then moving your body more, drinking adequate amount of water, and make sure that there is no stress, mental, physical or emotional, and we work on eliminating those stress. And in this video, we'll talk about the 3 S's. So these 4 parameters along with these 3 S's will make sure that your body passes bowels effortlessly. There is no pressure, there is no strain, and you are not constipated. Along with this S's, we'll also talk about a few miscellaneous parameters towards the end of the video. Now you might be wondering, hey Murtaza, this is all S. What about the word F? What about the word food? There is no mention of the food in this entire constipation fix video. Now the problem is that people think that just by eating a particular food or just by not eating a particular food, I will be able to resolve my constipation. You know, if I don't want to be constipated, then I have to eat a special food, or I have to eat some fiber, I have to add something, and the entire thought process, basically you create stress with the food and you link that stress and food with constipation. So there is more problem, there is more stress created in the body. You have to understand that the food alone cannot create constipation. So let's say one day you are eating an outside food, you eat processed food, provided, so you eat outside food, and let's say you are taking care of these 4 parameters and these 3 S's, which is total 7 parameters, are in order. The body will easily digest and eliminate that processed food. It could be burger or it could be outside meal. Similarly, body will also easily digest and eliminate the home cooked traditional food, provided you take care of those 4 and these 3 parameters, which is the 7 parameters. So food alone is not the source of constipation. Yes, you have to take care of what you are eating, which is traditional home cooked food. If you want to learn more about what to eat, I have attached the link in the description where the video mentions about the 4 categories of food you have to eat, and they have to be home cooked food. Even after eating the local traditional home cooked food, the best food, you might still not get relief from constipation if you are not taking care of these 7 parameters. So let's understand what are these 3 S's, and then towards the end what are also some miscellaneous parameters to fix the constipation. The first S is you have to sit. You have to sit on the floor and eat. So basically you have to sit on the floor and not on the chair. The entire influence of sitting on the chair comes from the West. Our tradition is not sitting on the chair. If you see in India, the Rajas and Maharajas in the olden time also used to sit on the floor and they used to eat their meals. And not just that, they used to eat their meals with their own hands. There was no fork, there was no spoon, there was no knife. So you use all your senses, you relish the food, you sit on the floor in the Vajrasana position where you're sitting on your knees. And it is being scientifically proven that when you sit on the floor in the Vajrasana, your body aids the entire process. It helps in the digestion process. So basically what happens is that the core abdominal muscles are getting involved. There is a higher secretion of stomach acid, which leads to better digestion. We have also seen that people post the videos that after you finish your meal, sit in Vajrasana for 5, 10, 15 minutes. Now the common sense is that if you know that the position of Vajrasana is helping you in digestion, then why not eat the food in the same position and then avoid the entire act of sitting in the position after eating the meal. So the common sense is you have to sit on the floor in the Vajrasana position and eat your food. You have to chew your food properly, with smile, with gratitude, eat with your hands, eat your food mindfully. And when you sit on the floor, it also relaxes the entire body and the mind. There is no tension. And when you sit with the family, you relax, and when you eat, the body can easily digest and eliminate the food. So sit on the floor. Now you might say it is not possible every time, but make sure at least out of the 3 meals, at least 2 meals you sit down on the floor and you eat. Yes, when you are traveling, when you're out somewhere where it is not possible, you can, you can skip that. I also tell people, like, if you are on a chair, I just say that, take your two legs up on the chair and sit in the Vajrasana position on the chair. That is also possible if you want to do, if you do not have, if you don't fear, like, what will people say or what will people think. This is what is best for you. If you can do it every time, it's good. If not every time, at least 2 meals a day would be good. So sit on the floor. The second is, you have to squat when you go to clear your bowels. Do not sit on the chair. The sitting on the chair for clearing your bowels is again the influence of the West. If you see our local tradition, even the countries like Japan, China, and they also have the system of squatting, because this is the natural position where their pressure is inserted on the lower part of your large intestine, which helps in the ease of elimination of the bowels. There was this invention by the name of squatty potty in America. So they created a stool where people can squat on the normal on the normal toilet seat. Now when people started using that, the researchers found out that 90% of people had the ease of elimination of bowels. 70% of them felt that they were able to clear their bowels easily without giving any strain, without giving any additional amount of pressure. And study also has confirmed that people who squat compared to people who sit, so people who squat report less straining and they take less time. Also, emptying the bowels is more complete. So you completely empty your bowels when you squat instead of sitting. So the sitting is not the natural position. Squatting is the natural position, which will make sure that there is adequate amount of pressure on the left hand side. So when you squat, make sure you can give some weight on the left knee, so that this entire left hand part of the large intestine, it gets more pressure and you are able to easily evacuate your bowels, and there is no hindrance in the entire elimination and the clearing of the bowels, which will make sure that you do not have constipation. So sit on the floor, squat in the loo, and the last one is, make sure you sleep peacefully in your bed every night. It has been scientifically proven that people who are compromising their sleep, the brain and gut connection, the pathways are disrupted, which leads to irritable bowel syndromes, indigestion, and higher chances of constipation. People who have erratic work schedules, people who stay away late at night, people who wake up late in the morning, their entire digestive process is compromised. And when you are not getting adequate amount of sleep, your bowels are not getting adequate amount of rest. There is bowel muscle fatigue, which reduces bowel movements and which creates constipation in the body. So there is no substitute for good night's sleep. You might be eating the healthiest of food with all the fiber, with all the best element, and with all the superfood. You might be taking all the probiotics out there in the market, but if you do not sleep, if you are not squatting, if you are not sitting on the floor, if you are not chewing your food well, if you are not moving your body, if you are not drinking water, and if you are stressed, no fiber, no probiotic is going to help your body. Now, apart from these 7 parameters, there are few more parameters which can impact. The one is the climate. So the digestive strength changes according to the climate. So during the winters, the digestive system is strong, it needs more food, I would not say more food, but it needs heavy food. And when it is the summertime, the digestive system is weak, so it needs lighter food. So if you change the order of eating, if you eat heavy food in the summer and if you eat light food in the winters, then you might experience constipation, because the body is not getting the adequate amount of food it needs. So make sure you are eating according to the climatic condition in your region. The second thing which can also impact your digestion and which can create constipation, it could be any medicine or it could be any underlying disease. So if you have any disease which can lead to constipation, or if you are on a certain treatment, or like chemotherapy, so that will also impact your bowel movements. Over there you have to take assistance and make sure that you are clearing your bowels on the regular basis. But apart from these two parameters, the food is not just the source, or the food is not just the culprit to create constipation, or probiotic or fiber. You have to make sure your entire lifestyle, these 4 and these 3 parameters are in the order, and you are eating traditional local home cooked food with everything natural. You are eating curd, which is the natural probiotic. You don't have to eat or drink any special kind of food. I hope this video helps you address the constipation issue, and you are able to fix your constipation, and you are able to effortlessly clear your bowels and put your health on autopilot. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, please post it below the video. If you have implemented all these and you see the change, please share it in the comments, so that other people can take inspiration and they can start doing this, and they are not they don't become the slave of powders, pills, supplements and fibers, and or like all special food which people are just selling for the sake of business, and not encouraging people to make the lifestyle changes. Thank you so much for watching the video. Share it with your friends and family. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. I'll see you soon in the next video.